Hello there, I'm Edward, and today we're stepping back in time to unveil 8 astounding facts about one of the most notorious gangsters in American history, Babyface Nelson. From being the youngest bank robber to his alliance with John Dillinger and a strange death, we're about to delve deep into the turbulent life of this infamous character, known as much for his youthful appearance as for his ruthless criminal acts.
Welcome to our channel, Hushed Histories, revealing the secrets of bygone eras. Fact 1. Youngest criminal.
Born as Lester Joseph Gillis on December 6, 1908, in Chicago, Illinois, Nelson's first brush with the law happened at a shockingly young age. On July 4, 1921, when most children his age were playing and learning, a 12-year-old Nelson was arrested following a tragic incident where he accidentally shot a playmate in the jaw with a pistol he had found. This unfortunate episode led to him serving over a year in the state reformatory. His introduction to the criminal justice system at such a tender age laid the foundation for the notorious criminal Babyface Nelson would become.
Fact 2. Babyface nickname.
Despite his growing reputation for violence and crime, Nelson's boyish appearance led to an ironic moniker that would forever etch his name in the annals of criminal history. Babyface Nelson, as he came to be known, was not a name he personally favored, but it was one that stuck due to his youthful features, which belied his brutal nature. Newspapers, police, and the public quickly latched onto the nickname, solidifying his image as a childlike gangster with a sinister edge. This juxtaposition of innocence and ruthlessness added a chilling allure to Nelson's persona, further fueling his legend in the underworld of crime.
Fact 3. Family man.
Despite his life of crime, Nelson was known to have been a loving husband to his wife, Helen Gillis, and a caring father to their 2 children. Behind the scenes of his notorious escapades, Nelson sought to provide a semblance of normalcy for his family, maintaining a lifestyle that was surprisingly domestic for a hardened criminal. The notorious bank robber would often take his wife and children on the road with him, living out of motels, while trying to stay one step ahead of the law. This dichotomy of Nelson as both a ruthless gangster and a devoted family man adds a fascinating complexity to his infamous persona.
Fact 4. Alliance with John Dillinger.
After escaping from prison in 1934, Nelson found himself in the company of the Dillinger Gang, a notorious group of criminals who shared his audacious approach towards crime and law evasion. This wasn't a partnership based on personal liking, but one of necessity, as their combined strength offered better protection against the aggressive pursuit of law enforcement agencies. Interestingly, their association was short-lived due to Nelson's unpredictable and violent nature, which often put him at odds with Dillinger, who preferred more calculated approaches. Despite their differing tactics, this alliance between 2 of the most notorious criminals of the era amplified their threat to law and order, leaving an indelible mark on American crime history.
Fact 5. Public enemy number 1.
Babyface Nelson rose to this infamous status, public enemy number 1, after the death of John Dillinger in July 1934. This title was given to the most wanted criminals of their time, making them the prime targets for law enforcement nationwide. Nelson's dangerous escapades, audacious bank heists, and ruthless disregard for human life had put him on the radar of the FBI. His lethal encounters with law enforcement escalated his threat level, effectively elevating him to the top of the public enemies list.
Fact 6. FBI killer.
Lester Joseph Gillis holds a grim record that sets him apart from his criminal contemporaries. He killed more FBI agents than any other individual in history. Even amongst notorious criminals, Nelson's reputation for violence was exceptional, with 3 FBI agents falling victim to his deadly aim. Nelson's first FBI victim was Agent Carter Baum, who was shot and killed during the infamous Wisconsin Lodge shootout in April 1934. Agents Herman Hollis and Samuel P. Cowley were his next victims, losing their lives in the infamous Battle of Barrington.
Fact 7. Battle of Barrington.
The Battle of Barrington, an event that unfolded in the leafy outskirts of Chicago on November 27, 1934, marked a pivotal moment in the bloody career of babyface Nelson. The infamous battle was a hasty, brutal exchange of gunfire that took place near a busy highway. Nelson, accompanied by his faithful accomplices, his wife Helen and John Paul Chase, were pursued by FBI agents Samuel Cowley and Herman Hollis, leading to an unflinching and fatal gunfight. Nelson, exhibiting his trademark lack of fear and notorious violence, unleashed a storm of bullets, fatally wounding both agents. Despite the lethal outcome for the federal agents, it was a Pyrrhic victory for Nelson. He sustained multiple gunshot wounds during the battle, a testament to his ruthlessness and fearless nature, even in the face of his own mortality.
Fact 8. Strange death.
After the brutal Battle of Barrington, Nelson, gravely wounded, managed to escape the scene with the help of his wife, Helen, and associate, John Paul Chase. Despite suffering from multiple gunshot wounds, Nelson didn't seek immediate medical help, which would have led to his arrest. Instead, he chose to hide out, biding his time in a hideaway house in Wilmette, Illinois. Nelson's end came the very next day on November 28, 1934, not in a hail of bullets, but in the relative quiet of the hideaway. The multiple gunshot wounds he sustained during the Battle of Barrington took their toll, and he succumbed to his injuries. Surprisingly, his body was found wrapped in an Indian-patterned blanket, left in a ditch near a cemetery by his wife and Chase. And there you have it, the captivating yet chilling tale of babyface Nelson, a man whose short, tumultuous life was marked by brazen robberies, deadly gunfights, and alliances that made him one of America's most infamous criminals. A story as shocking as it is fascinating.
We hope you've enjoyed the video and encourage you to share your thoughts, additional facts, or any fascinating stories about the topic in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this captivating voyage into the world of hushed histories.